almost 100% digital guy. I do not play the piano well. I do play the guitar quite well. So I do know chords and notes and all that stuff. I do know which chords mix well together. So I have like my MIDI keyboards. I push two. I produce in Ableton. I use them to play around when I'm starting a new track. The melodies are super important in my music. I usually start with the hook lines or the drops because you need something which the song can be remembered by. And the song can be remembered with a great vocal, but often you also need a cool hook line. I'm always thinking music, so at some point you get something stuck in your head, and then I know it's time to put it on paper, so to speak. In my case, I put it in MIDI. I take the notes from my head and punch them into my MIDI keyboard and then start working from there. I think it's always important to remember that it will never be perfect. There's always something you can improve. At some point you will say to yourself, this is cool, and then you should just accept it's done. Yeah, the new track, Could Be Love with Alexander Popov, that's a nice one. Special project actually. It's the closest to pop music I've ever done. It's different when you do a collab with Alexander or anybody. Obviously you need to compromise a little bit from yourself and create space for the other artists. It's so easy today when you just put some stems or, hey, listen to this, and we use WhatsApp a lot and just, send back and forward ideas. Vocal part got a little bit of help from AI, but most of the lyrics actually I wrote. And then we got a super nice vocalist to sing it for us. So that's the different part of the process for Could Be Love. And I think the learning part of this is that two is better than one, always. You say 15 years, that's actually not true. It's 17 years in the industry. So I'm not sure if that's better or worse. I went to a Tiesto concert in 2008 in Denmark, a big stadium concert, and it was my first really big interaction with electronic music. Luckily I went, and I just remember looking and listening to these incredible tunes, say, I want to do that. I was thinking I would make some great mixes, and obviously I would get my inbox full of bookings. The music business has evolved that much. You need to be your own brand. You need to create your own sound. You need to create your own music. My sound is like a mixture of the genres I really enjoy. So progressive house, melodic techno, and some trance. And when I started doing this, it was not really very common to do it. So now, these days, actually 2025, 2026, you hear many big artists doing exactly the same as I'm doing. So you could say I was a little bit ahead of time. I'll take credit for that. Yeah, live. I'm happy you asked me that question, because that's the whole reason why I do music. I really enjoy playing live. To stand in front of a crowd, and I really don't care if it's 200 people or 5,000 people. As long as the people are there and enjoy the music and I can work with them. I want to give them something special, something they can remember me by. So I tend to play a lot of my own music on my live sets. 80% at least of the music you should not be able to shazam on your phone if you're doing that. Because then you got something special. I do understand that it's a difficult line to cross from many DJs. You see them all the time, not really looking up, not really interacting with the crowd. Probably because they're super nervous. I understand that. I'm lucky because I don't get nervous. Not really. I get excited, anxious to go play, but not really nervous. I just really enjoy being in front of a crowd. Thanks for having me, Funktasy. It was a pleasure. Terry Golden out.